Hmm. Oh.
Arbor, right?
Oh. Hey.
It's been some time.
Yeah. Saber.
I hope you've been
Like a
alright.
sword, right?
Yeah,
Got
that's
it.
correct.
Yeah, it's been a little bit. How have you been?
Alright.
I,
We were sent out on our first mission. Even wasn't too much trouble, but
yeah, I heard about it. How did it go?
well, it was alright. I was worrisome about some of the people on our crew, but everybody did their jobs very well.
Hmm. From what I saw, the list looked like mostly recruits, so I imagine it was, a lot of people trying to get used to working with
That's
one
right.
another?
Yes, there were some maybe minor complications, but everyone seemed very well capable.
Hmm.
And they did their jobs very well.
That's good to hear. Hmm.
I hope you've been well yourself.
Yeah, just been keeping busy, still doing a lot of studying and, occasionally getting out.
I see.
It's good to get off the station sometimes. So, I was about to go grab a
I don't
drink
really
if
know
you
much about what
wanna
it's
walk and
like.
talk.
Sure, if you don't mind my company.
No, of course not.
I must admit I haven't really been over to the kitchen area for obvious reasons.
So you would see the, I think probably the same. I don't know. Rock person, that kind of thing. Don't normally need to eat. However, if you ever want to get on my good side, coffee. I love coffee. Tastes great, especially without like
I will keep
additive
that in
stuff in
mind.
it. It's pretty good.
From what I understand, it is bitter.
Yeah, that's kind of why I like it. Don't exactly have the greatest sense of taste, so that's why I
Yes,
kind of like the cold stuff.
the stronger the better.
Mm-hmm. So,
Not too active today.
yeah, I think I heard a couple of people around earlier in the hallway, but
I saw Sheer in the panda thing in the training room.
oh, that panda guy.
Yeah, he's certainly interesting.
Yeah, he seems a bit odd sometimes, but harmless all the same. The last times I saw him here, he had this gigantic backpack thing. He refused to take it off. I'm not
That was
entirely certain why,
the
but
first time I saw him, he had it as well.
not certain what it's for. Could go ask him.
I think I was told it was a defensive barrier or something, some sort of deployable shield.
Oh, something you can just like set down.
Though I've not seen it.
Hmm.
I suppose so. Well, it seems, how would you say, inconvenient.
Probably. I don't know. I don't know how strong a bear like that gets, so you know.
Well, stronger than traditionally according to my records.
Interesting. Well, we could go ask him. If he's still in there.
They might be. I was just in there a few
Oh,
minutes ago.
never mind. He'll come to us.
Silly.
Oh my god. Did it get bigger? It got bigger, didn't it?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it got bigger. I think. I swear. I don't remember him being that big. Hi!
I couldn't
Oh,
tell
goodness.
each other
Watch
from a
yourself.
distance.
Okay, you are scraping the wall there. Okay, yep.
Okay, that's alright. I can just put it down here. There you go. Right, how's everything? Good,
Uh,
I hope.
yeah, at the moment. Are you good? You
Yeah. Yeah, just
Oh.
grabbing something.
sure?
Yep. Mm. Mm-hmm. So, anything traumatizing happen?
Anything traumatizing happening? What?
It's always a good thing to check up on first. Like, it's not like, oh hey, everything's so wonderful, and then someone turns around and says, my best friend's died. Come back. We've dragged him all the way from hell, and now he's gone and died again, sort of thing. And it's like,
You said I'm not appropriate.
I I know some people did go to hell recently, but I don't recall anyone dying all that recently.
I'm not, no, uh, you know, you know, people at the casino, you know, those
Oh.
kinds.
I mean, I
Yeah, so
don't always take everything they say at face value.
okay, no, it's just like, you know, every so often when you say, "Hey, how's things going? Has anything been set on fire? Have people exploded?" And then someone says, "No, but," and then I get to hear the tragic tale of woe and all that. So, you know, it's just like it's a good thing to get people talking.
God,
Is people exploding a common thing here?
I hope not.
Mm.
Otherwise, I'm missing out on a lot. No, I things have been relatively quiet here since the church, or whatever, the Hand of Zarus was dealt with.
Mm.
Mostly people recovering, resting, and kind of trying to recuperate. Lots of new people too.
Uh-huh. Okay, that's good.
Always.
Mm.
Well, it usually means more paperwork for me, so.
Mm.
My apologies.
Mm.
Don't worry about it.
Mm. Okay.
Speaking of which, well, I guess
Um,
I'm not really suited to properly diagnose you, but are you healthy in a synthetic sense?
Is it healthy for synthetics to be troubled?
Troubled?
I've been told that's uncommon.
I
It
guess.
depends, really.
I don't know. Again, I'm not really qualified. And it sounds more like an emotional thing. So, I mean, is your body functioning properly?
I've been getting myself routine maintenance, so everything should be in order. But I suppose it is more of a, I guess, what would be considered a mental thing if I had a mind.
Oh yeah, no, I understand. Don't have a brain, so to speak. Yeah, we can talk about it maybe later. Something's bugging you.
If it's not too much trouble.
Sure. I'm not not qualified. Consider myself a psychiatrist, but I at least try to lighten the load. So, yeah, nothing crazy. It's been quiet.
Okay, that's good. I remember something about traumatizing someone's grandparents.
Oh yeah, there was. Well, I guess Dylan did have some trouble with some people. I haven't heard any more about it. I think they got their house back or something. I don't know. Something
Wonder.
about her grandparents coming and staying here. I saw them very briefly. They seemed relatively all right. Her dad seems a bit strange, though.
Yeah, honestly, after witnessing them, I can't blame them. It does seem like quite an odd sort of combination, but there you go.
I suppose.
Well,
I don't know.
So, do you know if there's like other people in the garden or something?
I didn't check earlier. Might be. You're more than welcome to go and check. Just careful with that thing.
Okay.
Do you
yeah,
bring that with you all the
all
time?
Most, not all.
Oh.
There are some where it does not call. Right, but others, yes. Okay,
Sensors.
right.
Alright. Well,
Audio sensors are sensitive to sharp sounds.
yeah.
Alright.
It's not the volume that bothers me, it's the frequencies.
Yeah, no, yeah, I felt that as well. Oh wait, actually, that's good to know. Sensitive to high frequencies. Similar problem. Causes a bit of a headache.
It seems to disorient me. Too much data going through causes malfunctions temporarily in other sensors.
Interesting. Well,
Problematic.
yeah. Problematic. We can go sit and talk if you want. Something's bugging you.
If that's alright.
Yeah. I'll try and keep a watch if anybody approaches. We can I don't know, change the topic if it's private, I guess.
Private.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes people have things that are troubling them that are personal, and they don't want to talk about it in front of people they don't know or trust. And, well, I mean, I don't know you that well, but, I mean, if you trust me, I'm more than happy to talk about personal stuff.
No reason not to. You seem to be trustworthy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Honestly, we can just sit over here.
If it's alright.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Where'd we go? So what's up?
I suppose it mostly concerns my seeming emergence of some form of self-awareness, as it were. It didn't really bother me at first. but I
Sentience.
suppose the more I've... maybe in a sense. I still have my protocols. I can't, well, disobey them.
I don't know much about synthetics and sentience and all that. Very base level things I've been told, actually by other synthetics. Most of them seem to be troubled more or less by the fact that it just sort of happened. Sort of like yourself,
I kind
so.
of agree. I'm not really sure. Not really aware of when it happened. It just kind of came into being over time. One day I just realized what I was. And I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
Well, I suppose I shouldn't really be talking about it, but I don't really think that you're one to gossip.
Generally not. One sec though. Hey Shiro!
Good morning, Arbor.
Hope you're doing alright.
I am a bit winded. I have been exercising in the training room.
I've not seen you in a while, Lady Shiro. I hope you're well.
I am doing alright, yes.
Hey Belle.
I suppose it's around that time of the evening.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to be fair, we were in the train.
One thing I can certainly tell you for now, at least, is from a at least personal standpoint, I've always found that it's better to focus primarily on the things that I control or am able to control. If something's outside of your control, it's always better to just let it be until maybe the situation changes. Worrying about things that are outside of your control is kind of a fruitless effort at the end of the day. I'm not certain if you've felt the same.
I'm not sure. I suppose as a machine, all I really understand is things that I can control, or things that are certain.
It can be very tempting to focus on these things and let them cloud your judgment. Let them become the object of your focus. Your sentience isn't something that you seem to have control of. It just happened, like you said, right?
Through research and development, yes. I was supposed to be a fairly straightforward AI to operate my unit.
So, while, you can certainly be curious about it and want to know more or try to learn more as you can, but I don't think that allowing it to scare you or make you feel uneasy about yourself is going to help you at all.
I see. Though I suppose part of that uneasiness is I worry about the way others see me. I'm aware that synthetics are not always the most welcomed. That is something I've certainly learned in my travels.
I've heard a few stories.
I worry for other of my kind.
Yeah. Thankfully, I don't think I've ever seen anything serious happen here. Most everybody seems to respect synthetics as being people. Just like everyone else. Just a little different. I personally used to have severe anxieties over my own identity in that regard. Like you, I feared what others would think if they saw me. Didn't always have the best interactions with people. When someone sees a person made out of precious minerals that are considerable in their value, some people don't always have the best intentions. And that could definitely... I don't think so. I don't actually know how that happened. Memory problems. It's probably out there somewhere, but don't worry about it. I get it a lot. It's kind of obtuse. Most people notice it.
Hey, Arbor.
Hey, Percy. But, yeah. I found that focusing less on what I thought other people were thinking of me, and instead focusing on how I was presenting myself helped a lot. You know, I wanted people to know me as Arbor, just a good person and a friend to people. I focused purely on that and tried to be the best person that I could be. I tried to embody good things, good values, morals, and tried to just be kind to people. And it showed. People liked that. Became friends. Things worked out. People didn't focus on the fact that I was made of stone.
So I suppose I have trouble approaching others without cause. It's not exactly what I was designed for.
Yeah. To be fair, I can imagine you'll have a bit of a harder time with it. You physically look very large and intimidating, but that doesn't mean that you have to be. All you have to do is help people see you inside. What you are up here. Well, in your mind, in your, I guess, whatever equivalent a synthetic has of a brain space.
I suppose that would be my central processing unit.
We'll go with that.
I do greatly appreciate your words.
Of course. I think the others have all left. Earlier you were trying to say something, but it seemed like you were hesitant to say it because it was personal. Think.
More like I'm afraid of getting people in trouble. Or I guess rather putting people at risk. I suppose, for lack of a better term, I'm not exactly my own property. But I mentioned that I was being researched. That's because I was being developed by a private military organization to work as an autonomous weapon.
Oh.
It was supposed to just operate as a weapons unit and be sold to the highest bidder, but over the course of the development of my AI, I began to think for myself, and I decided that that was wrong. And so I left.
I don't... You say that you're not your own property? Are you supposed to be someone's property?
Well, I suppose in all technical sense, I should still belong to the private military organization in question, but I suppose for safety reasons I should not name, but...
Yeah, no, you don't have to worry about that. I don't... I guess I'd never really considered it that way.
I would be concerned about putting other people at risk being around me. I managed to escape them, but there's only so long, that someone can say that it'll take before they find me again.
I mean, the closest understanding I have of people being property is, like, slavery, which I don't think is a thing. Still, maybe it is. I don't know.
By all accounts, at the very least, my chassis is their property as they developed it, so...
Yeah. I don't really know how any of that works. Obviously, I'm not exactly any fan of slavery. Someone owning another person sort of just seems wrong to me. I consider you a person, so...
From what I understand, yes. That's the first time someone said that.
Well... I don't exactly have an answer for you on this. I wouldn't even know what to do. Slavery, when I was younger, was legal. We had, actually had a couple of students nearly get in trouble because, they were going to attack someone who was a slave owner, and we weren't exactly happy about seeing these people being treated the way they were, but it was still technically the way things were meant to be run. The most we could do was simply try and change things elsewhere. Try and get that changed, I guess? Not exactly the...
I am aware of it, at least in the historical context.
Yeah. Well, if there is anything I can do, I'm more than happy to help with it, but like I said, I don't really know much, I guess. It would be something I'd have to look into, do a little bit of research. It's fine. I'll do a little bit of research, see if I can't learn any more about it, because, like I said, a little, outdated. At least in regards to slavery, so, maybe there's something we can
From
do.
what Lady Ivers told me, it is a very complicated situation. There's a lot of precautions in measure to keep my,
She's...
well, I suppose my status under wraps.
she's a synthetic too, right?
She is like me. She is the first synthetic I've ever met who also possessed a form of sentience. Her nature resonated with me, and her kind words certainly left an impression.
I've met a handful of synthetics like you that seem to have that semblance of sentience where they weren't just like operating on some level of like pre-programmed commands. At the very least, you are among the kinder of them. Some of the other ones I met were kind of strange.
Strange in what way?
They were... how to put this? They congratulated me on not being made of an organic material. Fleshy. They said that I was of some sort of higher breed. It was kind of weird. It kind of made me uncomfortable. You, at the very least,
Sounds like some sort
seem
of
to say weird stuff like
mechanical
that.
nationalism.
Yeah. I don't exactly get the best vibes from these guys.
Well, regardless, I think it's good that you are the way you are. Based from what I've spoken to you, you're a very good person.
Thank you. I'm happy with who I
You're very
am, but
welcome.
thinking that I'm better than someone else because I'm made of stone isn't exactly something I'm prone to doing, so...
Every life has equal value, at least. That's how I see it.
Certainly. People who try to do good are good people. So, that's how I see it. As long as you're trying to do good. Granted, there's tons of philosophy to be had there, but simplifying it down to its base core. People who do good things are good people. So, I'll try and do a little bit of research into the whole ownership thing, since I don't really know much, but if there's anything else, feel free to come talk to me. You know where my room is, right? I think I showed it to you once.
I think you did show it to me briefly when I first arrived.
Yeah. If you ever need anything, feel free to come by
I
and
still
knock.
need to
You've got a room here
get
now,
my
right?
quarters now that I've been accepted. Well, not officially. I haven't actually been instated into like a dorm yet, but I should get one at some point.
Okay. Yeah, I think most people just talk to Hybris and something gets sorted out. I haven't exactly gone through the
Well,
process as
it's-
far as I can remember, so I just woke up and was already here.
I'm sure whatever room can be accommodated to me will be better than staying outside.
I can imagine so. Actually, where have you been staying?
Particularly, I mean, well, I did not want to impose. For a while, I was not aware that I was allowed to stay here, so I just been staying out behind buildings in the nearby cities.
Hmm.
I have to charge my power somewhere, so.
Yeah. Do you have, well, do you use cell phones, that sort of thing?
I have an internal communication system.
Okay, I'm vaguely familiar with how all that works. I try sending a message, that or I can do it for you if you need.
I basically have a cell phone built into it.
Okay. Yeah, should be able to get you a room here. That way you don't have to stand out behind buildings. Anyways, is there anything else you
I
want to talk about?
appreciate you sitting and talking to me.
Of course.
I suppose that at least discussing it with someone else is ease some of my woes, for lack of a better term.
Mm-hmm. Best thing anybody can do is talk to one another, so. And I'm not doing anything else important right now, so I'm more than happy to.
I suppose if it's not intrusive, it would be beneficial to know you better about where you came from.
Oh, that's a complicated answer to give, but the best way I can explain it is very, very, very far away from here. I can't even get back there anymore. I'm also, well, I don't like to think of myself as being old, but relative to the amount of time that I have existed, rather than the amount of time that I have been actively conscious, I am very old. That's as well as I think I can simplify it without things starting to get complicated.
I wouldn't want to trouble you about things that are personal.
It's not necessarily that it's personal, it's just there's a lot there. Some of it gets convoluted. I used to go to a school, and some stuff happened at that school. I don't remember all of it. Memory problems involved. There's a possibility that I died and was later reassembled. Much like my arm, the rest of me can be broken. But I can be put back together. So that's not bad.
It seems complicated, as you say.
It is.
I suppose that's not so different from me.
It's like a weird in-between. I've had people try and compare me to things like stone golems, magical constructs, that sort of thing. But I'm also a person, more or less. I wasn't
Don't really resemble
built.
stone, if I'm being honest.
That's because it's covered in, well, I call it a skin, but it's not an organic material. At least, I don't think it is. It's complicated again. I look like this all over normally, without it. it washes away sometimes, and not very keen on it.
Whatever you prefer, I think would suit you best.
I personally prefer having my skin. Having it not be there is a bit uncomfortable. That's why, when we go to the beach, that sort of thing, I generally don't get in the water. It's very rare.
Troublesome for me too.
Yeah? Well, I mean, all of your stuff is all electricity based, I assume. So, I don't think electricity and water mix that well, right?
In the least extent, yes. I could go up to my thighs, probably. What would be considered thighs. But anything above that would be risking my internals.
Yeah. I don't quite have that same problem, but it's not comfortable. It doesn't hurt, but it just feels wrong.
I suppose I'd feel the same if I had a form of skin.
Yeah, probably. Hard for me to describe the sensation. Just kind of is. Not something I try to give too much thought either.
Though I suppose at least organic skin allows you to feel, correct?
Yeah, no, I can feel. Touch things, tactile response, that sort of thing. I don't know. Don't exactly know why I was made this way, or born this way, but I am. Like I said before, best not to worry too much about it.
Arbor is Arbor. It was an expression I read in a book once. You are you.
Yep. And sometimes that's all the way it needs to be.
What have you been researching lately?
Well, I have to study and, I'm basically training to be a proper nurse. I did receive training while I was at school, but, I don't actually remember finishing school, and there are basically almost no records of my school even existing, so yeah, I'm basically having to start all over. It's not awful, and to be honest, I kind of need it because the world has grown a lot while I was away, so as to speak. Most of what I've been studying is how to use a lot of the more modern technologies that people have used to keep each other alive.
It's a commendable line of work.
I'm trying my best. Definitely not easy, though. So many races are well documented now that it's hard to keep track of them all. Having to remember different procedures, where people's vital organs are, how to treat different wounds, that sort of thing. Most of what I study is all first aid and triage. So. What
How
about
long
you?
have you been with Aegis? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I was gonna ask what kind of stuff do you like to learn about or research?
To be honest, I'm not really sure. I was programmed for combat, so most of my data is centralized on that, but I've been curious about learning other studies, perhaps.
Hmm.
Something less aggressive.
Certainly. Do any of them, anything else catch your interest, or something perhaps that you've had on your mind that you'd like to know more about?
I suppose I'd like to learn the creative field. I feel like that might be good for me.
Creative expression is always a good outlet, I find. I've had some difficulty with mine because I used to play a musical instrument, but it sort of requires two hands for, and since waking up, I've kind of only had the one.
I'm sure you were very talented.
I don't know about that, but at the very least, I have slowly been gaining an appreciation for modern music, which very weird. Again, a lot has changed.
One of the researchers at the facility, at least the AI that I was based on, the person that my AI was based on as a base, they were certainly interested in music, and I suppose I retained some of that, but I don't really know how to feel about it. I just listen to it.
Do you have any music that you like? Anything that you prefer above the rest?
I suppose piano is an instrument that I
Ooh,
certainly don't dislike.
I love piano. I've never played one before, though.
I've only seen them in catalogs.
Well, if I come across any really good piano music, I'll try and find you and share it with you.
If it's not too much trouble, I would appreciate that.
I like listening to music while I'm studying. It helps me focus a little.
I've heard that before from different people. I suppose it doesn't really help me focus at all. It's just more information to process, but I don't dislike it.
I think it's one of those things where you ever been so focused on something that you feel like you forget the world around you? Like you're not really focused on it at all?
I believe so. Maybe not focusing on the best of things, but maybe that's more my programming for my sentience.
Maybe. Music helps me do that sometimes. I'll be reading something, and the music, it helps almost guide my mind. It's kind of weird. I can't quite explain it.
Guided.
Like, yeah, I can't quite come up with the words right now how to describe it. Maybe I'll think on it, and maybe I can come up with a better way to describe it next time we talk.
Sentient minds are beyond my understanding.
Certainly mine too. I've tried studying it, and psychology is a pretty wide and complicated field of study, so I haven't gotten very far.
Everything I've seen about philosophical studies has been full of just contradictions. I don't really know how to put any value into it when everybody is in disagreement.
Hmm. I mean, yeah. I mean, you look back far enough, and certainly you'll find ways of thinking that people had, and it doesn't necessarily match up with the present. Things can contradict themselves.
I mean, even philosophers of the same age would have views that would disagree with each other. It feels strange when compared to something like science or maths, where
Well,
things are in absolutes.
I mean,
language to a different extent.
sort of, yeah. I suppose at the end of the day, it's just minds and people trying to understand other people. The only way we can do that is through our own perspectives. We can try to learn from other people's perspectives, but the only perspective that we truly ever know and understand fully is our own. Granted, I'm sure even that's a contradiction, so.
I suppose so.
I'm certain someone out there has a different perspective on it.
I believe everyone does.
I think I've seen a few people walk in through the door, look over here, and then walk back out. Not entirely certain what's going on, but
Is it that strange to communicate?
no. But I have seen a weird phenomenon where sometimes when two people are sitting off to the side and in a more one-on-one sense, some people seem to always fear that it's a private conversation, even if it's not necessarily a private conversation in reality. They back away without even saying anything.
I sometimes worry that the distance between myself and others is due to my appearance.
Well,
I was made for combat, but I feel as though this chassis is more of a burden than anything else.
I can't speak for everyone here. I will say you are by far not the most scary thing I have ever witnessed in my life, and if anything, you are kind and thoughtful in your approach to conversations. So,
Thoughtful.
yeah. I can tell you've got some interesting perspectives.
I suppose so. I'm not exactly commonplace.
Well, and that's what makes some of the most unique perspectives. Those are the best to learn from. At least I think so.
I see.
Well, if there's anything else you want to talk about, we can talk about it. Otherwise, we could go check on everybody else. See how everyone else is doing.
I'm sure that wouldn't be a bad idea.
Okay. Well, I'll,
Was the coffee good?
Yeah. Yeah. I like the cold stuff the best. Although Rochelle had me try something really recently that was pretty sweet. Bit on the rich side for me, but it was pretty good. It was a warm drink though. Had coffee in it though.
She was interesting. I spoke to her briefly.
Oh yeah, Rochelle's definitely interesting.
She seemed troubled by me at first, but
From my understanding, she's not one to always judge someone based on their appearances, given the apprehensions that people might have at her own appearance, being a half-orc. But that doesn't mean that she can't be startled by someone. Like I said, you admittedly are kind of intimidating at first glance, but anyone who takes even a moment to get to know you is bound to realize that you're not some big, scary machine. You are a kind and thoughtful synthetic.
I appreciate your kind words.
Of course. Anyways, I remember seeing Esso sitting on the couch earlier. I think he was reading something. I'd go check on him.
I will tag along.
Hmm.
That's the shy one.
Mm.
Maybe I should stay back. They always seem on edge.
Might be their personality. I used to be kind of the same. Skittish.
I can tell from their movement. Yes, skittish is the word I was going to use. They're... I heard them mention that they're bad with lots of people. And I don't feel like my appearance would be doing them any favors.
Maybe. Could at least go introduce ourselves. I've not really had much of a chance to say hello yet. If we approach together, I mean, maybe she'll be less inclined to be frightened?
Maybe. I would hate to cause someone issues.
Of course. Hello. Hi. Haven't seen you around before. Or, well, haven't actually had a chance to introduce myself.
No, I haven't seen you around either.
I believe I've seen you in passing, but you seemed skittish, so I did not want to trouble you.
I'm Arbor, and this is my friend Saber.
Nice to meet you, Arbor and Saber. I'm Nyla.
Nice to meet you.
A pleasure.
Are you staying here on the station?
Yes, they said it was alright.
Cool. Well,
I do plan on joining. Got all that.
oh, cool. Well, I guess if you're planning on joining, I'm a part of the medical staff. Hopefully I don't have to see you too much, but I'm usually out here by the medical wing. And Saber's another new recruit. Well, you're technically an agent now, I guess.
I only recently went on my first mission, yes, just the other week. I'm still new with this whole thing.
Same. I was a little worried about going on one.
I'm not entirely used to dealing with people that are, well, mechanics.
Yeah, definitely I'm not used to any of this.
It can take a little bit to get used to, but I mean, all things considered, it's not the worst.
Oh, it could definitely be worse. But this is good to me. I'd rather be here than somewhere else.
Of course.
I will say whenever I gaze out at the rest of the station, the engineering
Hey,
on
Juniper.
display truly
Hello.
has me at a loss.
Hmm.
I can't imagine the amount of time and effort it must have taken to build a station like this.
I have no idea.
A long time.
The biggest thing I've ever seen with a tree. This is quite big.
That is my guess.
Yeah, this is bigger than most of the basically everything I've ever seen, actually. I mean, I think this place kind of dwarfs even some of the mountains I've seen.
Over in the center console. Just to build a reference. There's a lot to sift there.
Hmm. Well, either way, I guess if you'll be joining us soon, glad to have you and good luck.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm sure you'll do great.
Likewise for me as well.
Hmm.
Well, you spoke of him.
Yep. No, I'll leave you alone for now, but if you ever need anything, feel free to come knock on my door. I'm down the hall and on the right side, past the halfway point. Closer towards the garden.
Okay. Okay, it sounds nice. Thank you.
Of course.
I don't exactly have a place to stay here yet, but hopefully I will soon.
I was just told to pick a room that was empty.
No one
So I did.
told me anything, so I've been staying out in the streets.
Well, probably just take a room if you can. If that's okay with them. I don't know. I was just told that.
I'm sorry about it informed me just earlier.
Oh, that's good then.
Mm-hmm. Well, see you around.
Do take care.
Oh, it's Luke. Go check on him. Hey, Luke. How you been?
Hey. I've been good. Can't complain too much.
Nice. It's been pretty quiet, so
Mhm.
can imagine.
Yeah,
you
that's
met
very
Saber
true. I
yet?
haven't had to.
I think you have.
Yeah, no, I've met them a couple times. Yeah.
Cool.
I believe we've seen each other in passing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's not really much to do in terms of medical staff outside of
Yeah. People haven't been getting
upkeeping.
injured. It's a
I suppose it's a
novel experience.
Yes. Yeah. One of those situations where the less work I have to do isn't just good for me. Yeah. So
Morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time it is.
You seem exhausted.
Just been off station for a while, been working.
oh,
What have you guys been up to?
I just had a chat with Miss Arbor earlier. Just discussing things at the station and such.
There's a whole lot of stuff always going on. Been kind of quiet around here lately, which is a shocker if anything, but calm before the storm, I guess.
I said now we're all jinxing it here. Something catastrophic is about to happen probably at this point.
yeah, probably
jinxed it enough.
actually.
Yeah, things are kind of building up in Severe, but they pretty much always are. So.
Hmm.
What's going on there?
Yeah.
Recently the ZPD had a huge shootout with a bunch of rebels. A lot of civilians were killed in the process. Having to do basically just all the extra cleanup work right now. Been down there for a while, trying to do a little bit of the detective work down there, try to piece some stuff together. Outside of that, there's also a bunch of scrappers that are taking over parts of the city. Tired of being treated like garbage. Isn't really too surprising.
A lot better than voice.
Are they still trying to provoke ghosts or whatever? Or?
Good. That's good.
Yeah, that's already happened. There's already been a couple different killings going on, but
Been walking around.
Oh, lovely.
Been kind of.
you mix that in with just husbands still beating their wives and people still getting shot in the street. That's a few.
Good. Have you been down to the circus yet? Or in any
I've heard a bit
By the way,
here
sorry
and
we
there.
haven't had any kind of
Okay.
trainings for you to show off your skills or anything. I'm sure I'll be able to get some
That's
stuff.
alright.
soon.
I know a few good spots. Being a druid and all, you know. I know a few good spots. If you're interested, then I'll just.
Everything going alright for you guys though?
Okay, I'll keep
Yeah.
For the moment, at least.
I think so.
Thankful for it, at least.
Things have been relatively quiet.
Nice, nice.
All good. I'm transitioning jobs so I can actually, get, relatively
I might stop by there
decent
soon,
sleep
so-
schedule rather than, night driving every other night. But other than that,
Nice.
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
still medical
Ooh.
supply
Okay.
transport.
How are we all?
Pretty good. How
Yo-yo.
about yourself?
Oh, doing all right. Getting on, you know.
Hmm.
I don't think we've met.
No, I don't believe so. I go by Saber.
Saber. All right, Saber. Good to meet you. I'm Ku. I'm kind of scared you're gonna crush my hand if I offer, but let's go for it. Let's go for it. Good to meet you, Saber.
It's a pleasure.
What? I don't know. You
Nothing,
just
I
looked
forget-
at me with like slight disapproval in your eyes there. I don't know what it was. I just felt it.
Did we do something wrong?
No. Just I forgot how gentle Ku was.
Is that a problem? Is that a problem at all? Like, or do you want me to be like, go, hey, Saber, how you doing? What do you want? What do you want from me?
He didn't say it was a bad thing. He just
Oh, thank you for joining.
was saying it's a
the
thing.
Discord.
It's
Welcome.
It is what it is.
it is what it is, isn't it?
It really is.
You're just staring at me. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna get a drink now. I'll see y'all. I'll be back.
So you were in the city for a couple of days?
Yeah, been in my apartment and my office for at least about a week and a half now.
Oh goodness.
Hmm.
I guess it's good to be
Oh, it's not
back.
Father's Day. Me and Rana came up here to play some games together. So
Oh, nice.
after that, I head back down for a little bit. Had to do a job, then stop by. Needed a little bit of time in the space station, laying around in the forest. It's over there, or garden, forest, woods, whatever you want to call it.
Hmm.
A little bit of time staring up at the sky before I have to go visit the void and make sure things are good there.
A lot of responsibilities, huh?
Busy.
I'm an old man. Just what happens.
If you see my dad, tell him I said hi, I guess.
If I see your dad, God Almighty, I haven't actually heard, seen, or even felt a lick of that man in a while.
Oh, I sort of talked to him Father's Day, because,
Fair.
he's around.
I figured he was around. Just I don't know, he's got one of those omnipotent jobs, so he's doing things in the background that I don't even see, or some stuff like that. Although you are his daughter, so that does make sense why he can talk to you.
I went to him.
Oh. Well, you know, potato, potato.
Material, plain sort of stuff tends to move by him pretty quickly if he's not paying attention to it.
That's understandable. Well, I guess the council and us are doing our jobs right if we don't hear from him. So.
I guess?
It also
I
means
don't
there's not grandiose catastrophes happening either, so.
No news is good news.
Again, we're just jinxing it.
Exactly.
Either way, if you see him, I'd appreciate it.
Hey, if I do, I'll pass by the message. I have to be careful. Time tends to flow by a little bit differently in there, so if I go there for too long, I'll be gone for like months.
Oh.
Time keeps ticking
I
away.
will
Just
keep
ticking away.
that in mind.
Hey, Ku, do you know if we have any extra ice packs in there by chance?
Yeah, I do believe so. Why do you ask?
Here, switch this one out for me.
You got it.
You,
Did something happen?
injured?
Ah, bruising. What about it?
Was it in Zephyr?
Just some druggies. It's nothing.
You
You
are not
Force
injured outside of that?
accompany you?
No, just some bruising. Just a baseball bat. It's fine.
Okay,
Body
I-
is still
Oh,
functioning.
ugh.
Yeah, that's what
Scared
I'm
yourself.
a little bit. Yeah, that's a little.
It's a little more than just a I got hit with something. It was ow.
I guess maybe if you talked to me about 100 years ago, I would have said, yeah, ow, but look at me. I'm littered in these scars at this point. Ah, it feels better. Oh,
You're welcome.
thank you. Thank you. You're an angel among dogs, who?
Not.
Where's all
I
dogs
think
go?
that works. Well, yeah, all dogs go to heaven, but I don't know if they'll go angels at all. But
Are there
sure.
dog angels? Is that a
Yeah,
thing?
Is that an expression?
I don't know.
has-
Probably this world's pretty crazy, right?
There has to be dog
Somewhere.
angels. There has
Dog
to be.
angels.
I've seen so many crazy things. There have to
Dog
be.
angels.
There has to
I
be.
don't know. I don't know how to feel about that.
What'd you say?
I don't understand the meaning of the expression.
Oh, how I said he was an angel among dogs. That was just me putting into words. You are a very nice person, and I'm thankful for the things you've done to assist me in this moment of changing out.
Oh, Essa,
Last
don't. Don't, Essa, don't. You don't have to.
It's like a.
Don't quite understand the dogs, but I'll take your word for
Oh,
it.
he's part dog.
Beast can.
Demi-human dog.
Yeah.
I see. I've been told I resemble humans, at least in my headgear, I suppose.
I could see it. You got the tail, got the
Pointed-
ears, I suppose.
Yeah, the snout.
Yeah,
I would think
and
more
the,
like
and
a,
the
like
really
a
broad
raptor,
chest.
almost. Just upright rather than all like leaned forward.
Like the
Yeah.
prehistoric creatures.
Yeah, prehistoric. This is one of those I am old moments.
Well, no, there's. I mean, to be fair, there's still been sighting of raptors to this day. Just depends on where you're at.
Oh, okay, so I'm not old. Yeah.
Well, about
Well,
that
no.
one.
Well,
Sorry.
thanks to magic, necromancers, and
frank.
druids, there is still evidence of dinosaurs existing to this day.
I had someone tell me about there being some sort of sanctuary in the Feywilds for like endangered creatures.
I can believe it. That sounds like a Fae thing to do.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Don't know if it's true or not though.
Fae thing.
Good for them though.
Honestly, that's
Endangered
probably,
species.
That's probably a good thing that none of us can verify that. So that way
Probably.
none of us know where it's at, what it is. Keep them safe.
Yeah, exactly.
Love red pants.
Red pants.
Yeah, the red pants.
Oh, okay. I heard red pants.
I heard pants as well.
No, I said. Oh yeah, no, red pandas. Red pandas. I love
That makes a
red
lot more
pandas.
sense.
They were endangered for a while. I don't think they're endangered anymore, but they were endangered. So if there's somewhere that
Yeah.
can save, yeah, no, I think love those guys.
You know, it's gonna be some demi-human red panda somewhere, guaranteed at that point.
I'd have to fight every urge in me not to just hug them, like permanently, like just for the rest of my days.
Oh my.
That would be an inefficient use of time.
It would be, but I would still do it.
You are a strange man.
Heaven hounds,
I
I
have
love it.
horns, a tail, and I glow from the inside out. Yes, I am in fact a strange man.
We're all
And
strange
yet you are
here,
not the
though.
strangest person in this
Uh-huh.
facility.
I can accept that.
Yeah, no, that's probably Saya.
Saya.
Possibly. Actually, that's a good point.
Have you not met Saya yet?
I don't believe I've met anybody by that name.
White hair, like
it's in the
reddish,
garden right now.
orange eyes. Oh, I could go introduce you. She's a bit
I
odd.
suppose if it's not too much trouble.
Yeah, little odd, sometimes eccentric. Otherwise well-meaning, though. Very kind.
I suppose I've become used to the oddities here.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Hey, Bal. How's it going?
Pretty good.
Saya's a bit to be noted as extremely optimistic.
I
Is
don't know.
optimism not a good thing?
Yeah, like, scarily so sometimes.
Oh,
The disembodied voice of Percy. Oh, there she is. Hi.
hi,
Oh,
Percy.
Hi.
just
Less
sitting up
disembodied
there.
and more high-bodied.
Hi.
Percy,
I haven't been
where
here
are you not
all
supposed
week.
to be
Let
sitting?
me-
Percy, neither have I.
since-
Where are you not supposed to be sitting?
Here.
Then what do we do, Percy? We don't sit there, right?
She's vibing up there.
Percy, don't make me
I don't
look
believe she
good.
wishes to come down.
I can go chase her off. I don't know.
I could fly
dog.
up there.
What?
Okay.
I could fly up
Oh,
there.
There he goes.
Is that a jetpack?
Indeed it is.
That's cool.
Kind of comes standard with Mandalorian equipment.
I wouldn't
Yeah, so
know.
you're not supposed to be up here.
Come on. Come on.
Yep, that was
I'll pick
me.
you up in a second if you don't. They better get off.
I was gonna say, I think your fingers beeping.
Mm-hmm.
I heard it go off earlier.
Yeah.
What is that, like a phone?
Is it a game?
I think it's more akin to that. It's like a virtual pet. I don't know. I went to the convenience store and this really sketchy looking dude in a coat was like, "Hey kid, do you want one of these?" And he like opened up his coat and had like a bunch of them hanging there.
Go quickly.
And I asked him what it was, and he was like, "Oh, it's only
Slightly disturbed at the concept of him.
I just.
same."
So
I was very concerned, but he promised me it wouldn't blow up. So I just kind of accepted it and moved on with my day. And then I had like a couple of people tell me that it was like
I don't even know what I'm
cool or whatever, and I was like, okay, well, I'll hold on to it for now. And
No.
I don't know, you just hit buttons to you just take care of the thing. It grows every so often, gets
Yeah,
bigger.
let's scream at you. You don't even know.
This is
I don't know what I can do. Make some voice
it's
sounds.
Bernard the second.
Sam, keep your icky voice
The
stuff
second,
away.
what happened to the
Yeah,
first?
it's turned into a weird little box right now. I don't know why.
Draining all your bad behavior.
Oh.
Yeah, he's the second because the first one died tragically.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh, no, never.
Oh.
It was kind of a
Said,
Similar to me.
Draining all your childish
That
stuff.
strange way.
To my understanding, they're not sentient. At least that's what everyone else has told me. Very simple.
All these customs are strange.
A little.
Yeah, yeah.
I went to Japan. There was a lot of cool stuff there.
Something about it being
Saw
pre-programmed.
some like
Yeah.
museums. Saw
One
some
day
really
Like a
cool
robot.
condos.
I mean, I suppose if it's like a game, then yeah.
One day.
I don't know.
Oh, she made it.
I don't fully get it. I just try and take care of it.
Oh, hey, Saya, how you doing?
It sort of died. Oh,
I mean,
that's Saya.
it's a distraction.
You just-
Yeah, it kind of keeps me
weapons in general?
entertained throughout the day. If I'm getting bored, sometimes it goes off and gives me a moment of reprieve from studying.
Yeah.
fair enough.
Aw,
So-
museum together.
You should have
These crazy weapons.
I know my sister had something called a Game Boy.
What?
I don't know what that is.
Bad commonitis. That's not a. That's
It's like this really old handheld
I've never read that one. The medical
Someone
manual.
used
game
me.
thing.
Oh yeah, it's
Mhm.
no, it's there. I've read it.
I
I've
think
read
she
through
said
that.
she
Actually
played something called
It's
Tetris
very
on it. I don't know.
rare, but
Cool.
How, like, is fucking up grammar now bad?
Sup?
Like a disease? Is that what it is now?
What's up?
Is
Had to be the old man for a second there. Sorry.
Nothing's taken care of.
Let me get out
There
my
is,
my
Oh.
cane.
Oh, never mind. I shouldn't.
Yeah.
You got it.
I think I understand what you mean.
See, you
Yep.
That's chaos.
you have the god honest luck of still looking like you're in your early 20s.
And you don't?
Kidding me? I've got like lines over my eyes and stuff.
It's not that bad.
Made mistakes.
Maybe
Always beautiful.
maybe like 30.
She told me she's ticklish.
I don't know. I didn't exactly start as a baby though, so I've just kind of always been.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, yeah,
Oh,
have you
that's
always
fun.
been
Oh,
like
that'd be-
a rock?
Huh.
Like, I mean, what? Okay, that's weird. Like in full size rock.
Yes. Always
Shut up,
been
it's a
this
valid
tall.
question.
The limbs new. That's about the only thing
Okay,
that's changed.
First off, you can't fucking talk.
Relatively.
You had temporal shit that made you shorter than what you were, so you can't talk shit. Me, I was like in devil years. It was weird. And you, I don't know. Did you just start as a puppy, like a half puppy or something? I don't know. I don't even know
I
how
was
you
a
were
normal
born.
baby with a tail in
So it's a
ears.
valid- It's a valid question to ask.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we were
Sounds
more
adorable.
laughing at the
I've
fact
never
that you said, "Are
seen
you
a rock
always been a
girl."
rock?"
Oh.
I've never seen another rock girl.
Time dilatation's a really, really
Neither
big
have
thing.
I.
Different realms, time is a bit different. So for
I've
being
seen
like her,
rock
that's
people,
a
but
devil,
not like
which is
her.
a being that's
Yeah,
born
I
and
actually
bred in hell.
met another
They have
rock.
kind of, like,
Well,
their
I
own
guess
different
she sort of counts the
years.
rock girl. I don't know. She's just like some sort of weird dragon thing. Complicated. She is
There's, like,
not the
different
same
times for each
as
realm.
me, unfortunately. I do have a picture of
Joe-
I have been told he is a boy. He's blue.
Say it again, I'm sorry?
Topaz.
I said the devil's not
I haven't met him yet.
considered
I've been a little afraid to read the
a
chat.
negative thing in common.
Yeah, what I mean by
We have a
like, rock,
question
I mean,
about
like,
devils?
actual
What do you
rock
mean?
rock.
Wait, hold on.
Not like
What is the question about devils?
Gem-
Other
Oh,
way
careful.
around.
Yeah,
Oh, you
gemstone.
just smacked him in the face with your gun.
yeah, I mean, like actual like rock boulder.
Fine.
Yeah,
Alright, what's your question?
I'm.
What's your devil
Well,
question?
not a.
Questions about
I don't
devil? There
call
you go,
myself a
dude.
boulder. That'd be kind of weird. But
Well, it's kind of a
Yeah.
strange thing. I've only heard about it in common folklore.
I mean, to be fair, it's like I can call myself an alien,
Okay.
but not really.
What's the question?
I guess you could.
There's no question in particular.
I mean, out of all the people, how many of us are all entirely from this plane and from this planet that we're orbiting
There's a lot
currently?
of things that you probably don't know are real. I mean,
Are
he's
you
a
from
demon. He's a dog boy.
I was
Isn't it?
born here, I
She's a
believe.
Mandalorian, and they're an
I'm pretty
Asmar,
sure it's
which is
literally
like a
just
half
those
angel
two.
Pretty
thing.
much,
She's
yeah.
Don't keep away from
half
the holy
devil,
boys.
so that's
They're,
like
nah.
half not from
What's up?
here. So she half counts towards that. So yeah, I'm pretty sure the
She's a
rest of us are all
I
just
guess I
aliens. Were you born
I
from
guess I was.
this planet?
I wasn't born on it.
Are different planar things like different like
Where were you
aliens?
born?
Are those things different?
I mean,
Like, are those
Yeah,
are just,
some-
are
I
they
think
just
from like some sort of like
specifically
Black
planar?
Water planet
technical
that had like letters for names, like
like
numbers and letters.
qualification.
Blob.
Yes, I think.
3, 4, 5.
Blob
I don't know. I only
455.
recently
be
found out that
interdimensional
there's some sort
beings
of
at that point.
interdepartmental planar travel agency or something. I forget what it was called.
Oh, wait, hold on. That was owned by Mr. Goldfish himself. Yeah, I actually work there
Goldfish.
actually.
How many places
Wait,
do you
you mean
work?
French fry?
Yeah, Cypher. Yeah, he hired me. I had to do documents and everything.
Did he also ghost you? I've been trying to call
Yes.
him.
Yes, he did. He did ghost me.
I'm gonna
He
call him
literally
more.
gave me he gave me the employment and everything, and then just nothing with it. Vanish.
Oh. Does he pay
I'm
you?
gonna call him again.
Oh.
Did he pay you for doing nothing? I mean, that's kind of cool.
Oh.
I mean, can you
Oh.
even consider it a
okay,
job
alright.
if you don't work and you don't get paid?
It's on
I
my
mean, can you
resume.
put it on your resume?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
What's
an
a resume?
interesting thing to have on your CV.
I do.
I suppose.
It's
A list of
the thing I
jobs and
just
skills
put-
that you've had.
His,
Oh.
his thing about paying me was he said he didn't have to because he's part of the reason why I'm still alive. So
Ah, one of those
Man.
presumptuous assholes.
That
he's
sounds.
gonna
He was a
appreciate
holy boy,
coming
so
over
yeah,
my
he's
head.
kind of a dickbag.
Oh. Well then.
Well, you don't think about a guy with a lot of
Right,
baggage.
from Elysium.
That was his thing. A lot of baggage.
I mean, isn't that where
We all got
Hezekiah's
baggage.
from?
He got really upset when we mentioned French fry.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So,
Apparently
yeah,
there were
I
two
think-
warring sides. There were like
Kirby,
rebels, and then
thank
there
you for the
was,
raid,
like,
hon. Welcome everyone.
I don't even remember all of it. I just know there were two warring factions, and I think that he was on one side, whereas a bunch of them were on the other, or vice versa. Or
So wait, they were soldiers?
complicated.
He lost
I
his home.
think.
That's all you need to know. Unless you want to ask him for more stuff.
Yeah. A lot of stuff happened, and most of them just do not even want to talk about it, which is understandable. I think the place is still rebuilt to this day.
Oh.
Yep. A lot of sad backstories. Unfortunately.
Oh yeah.
Which honestly makes sense why a bunch of us ended up here, honestly.
Can't be a hero.
Misery
without a
loves
tragic
company.
backstory.
Well, it's more or less you just don't want history to repeat itself. So, gotta come here to do
You
it.
grow without trauma.
That's true.
I
Gotta have a
mean, you
few.
can, but just not as dramatically.
You know, some
Let me
people just
reword
cope
it
with
then.
therapy
You
and
can't
whatnot.
grow without
Just
hardship.
grab swords and guns.
Yeah, it's
Better.
a better one. Bit of suffering, you know. Does something for the soul.
Too much good nature for you.
Not necessarily suffering,
Do you-
pushing
do you
yourself
something mean
and
just to balance it out?
suffering, more like
There's gotta be an equal amount of bad to weigh out
being
the
challenged.
That's the
You
whole
learn from
point, or
pain.
even the devils are around. Well, actually, no.
Not
We're really
pain.
kind of like.
You can learn
Not-
without
not-
being in
not-
pain. You can.
Yeah, but like yeah,
We're there to tempt and
yeah,
not judge.
I'd rather not.
Make the judgment
Fire
easier.
fighting.
yeah. You'd rather not.
It's one of those
mean?
weird
Everyone would rather not.
things that doesn't always translate
There you
well.
go. There's your negative.
Mm-hmm.
We're not bad at fighting.
Imagine more like.
That's what I mean. Never mind. You don't get it.
well, again, challenge.
I'm talking about devils as a whole.
When you are
not myself,
challenged, if you
devil.
fail,
To athletics.
sort of, yeah. Or, are you familiar with muscles and how they work?
I understand it on at least a fundamental biological sense.
Okay, you understand then that to build muscles, to get stronger, you actually have to tear your muscle fibers.
It's commonplace to wear them down so that they grow back stronger.
Exactly.
I see.
My curry stabbed me in the stomach.
Wait, what?
No.
Go back
You were
stronger.
stabbed in the
I'm
stomach.
It happened one time, and
What
don't
did-
worry about it.
I'm sorry, I am worried about it.
It's Curry. He probably decided
Oh,
to take a
he thought-
sparring session a little bit too serious,
No,
and then
no, no.
ended
So
up probably.
he thought like I could heal back from it, but I don't heal as quickly as he does.
I mean,
Oh my God.
Everything I hear about him makes me
Mm.
the problem I was seeing with that, primarily.
I mean, he fixed me up after he realized I was bleeding out, so it worked out in the end.
I
Oh
mean,
dear, my sword that seems to have gone through your stomach is causing you to bleed out. How could I have not foreseen this?
Give me some of his energy. It was real.
I mean, at least he, at the very least, he fixed the problem. That's, I think, all we are happy about.
Also, so calm out
That
this.
is a good example
I think
of why
we're
I am opposed to sparring with other members here.
The problem
Why?
shouldn't have happened in
Well,
the first
so
place.
we actually do have, although people don't practice it, we do have ways for people to spar safely. For instance, if you've noticed, sometimes people go into the training room and pull out their actual weapons. We have hard light weapons for a reason. You cannot harm each other with them. No damage can be done. You can simulate weight, but that's about it. There's also VR. Specifically, you can step into the VR training itself and then spar to your heart's delight with no pain, nothing. You can simulate
Unless you
it.
purposely put the turn like the pain on.
You could simulate it. That's why we have multiple AIs that are in there to observe and watch, so that way people can train safely. But most people just go in there and say, "Hey, screw it, let's spar," without a medical person in there, and now you understand why I have to yell at people on a daily.
That's why during the forest
I feel
well, the
that
mountain mission,
hard light equipment
people
is
were
too
And yet he forgets that he did that
limited
with me
to
once and
conventional means.
hacked
I'm not
Arbor
sure
by
how much good it would do
repeatedly
me when
punching
my
her in their kidney.
entire combat routine is based on internal specifications.
That's where the VR stuff would really help. Considering that you're also synthetic, you wouldn't have. So the idea is that you'd have to go into the training room, and then you would have to do whatever your ability is, so that way it could be scanned, analyzed, and then be simulated in the actual VR training itself. Because you're synthetic, it's actually a lot easier, because they can scan every section of you and be like, okay, this is what this does, this is what that does, this is what that does. So then you could go into the VR and actually simulate, it's similar to simulations. So that way you could practice
Like
whatever
software.
it is that, yeah, essentially. That's why the AIs are there to assist, and other agents can join to assist or to practice with you. Or if they're not strong enough, which I can only think of like 3 agents that I would say would probably be strong enough, something could be created for you to combat.
I suppose I like whatever you can throw at me, for the lack of a better term.
Well, great, because we have data on a plethora of things that we've had to fight, so that is understood.
I probably like
Big,
to try as much
small.
as possible to build my combat logs.
Too big. Understandable. Are you? What's your goal for joining?
Well, I hope to at least act as a deterrent to violence. I'd like to stop conflict as opposed to being the reason for it.
How heavy
I
are
love
things
to
that you
hear
can hold?
I believe I can support up to 600 pounds before I am encumbered.
All right. Do you think you would potentially be available for SOSs, or potentially if a disaster happens to assist people?
I suppose that wouldn't be too much trouble. So I suppose how effective it is also depends on the willingness of people to trust a synthetic like me.
Understandable. Are you okay with trying to protect people who don't trust you?
I'd like to do my best.
Are you okay with protecting people who actively hate you?
I
You're
suppose
gonna lot of
there's
that
nothing wrong
stupid
with
shit in ages.
Just
it.
make
I've
sure
been
to
I'm saying
treated
people are assholes.
plenty wrong in
Oh,
my
yeah.
time before coming here, so
Especially the media.
just make sure to keep track up here with what your goals are. It being
At
a
least recently
deterrent
they've
for
been calling this
violence is
humanitarian
fantastic.
organization
In
as far as I
fact,
can
just
tell.
from seeing you right now, I guarantee you probably got a bunch of combat
I'm in the garden.
capabilities that could take down the biggest of threats. But also look into what kind
Oh,
of
do me a
humanitarian
favor.
stuff you could do as well.
Tell Saya I'm going to
Other
find
ways
her.
to help people that don't even
But she
require
least
you to pull out a
expects it.
weapon. And be ready
But
for
yeah.
people to just dislike you.
I would prefer non-violence.
I promise.
Okay, fantastic.
I'm not gonna hurt her.
We'll
She's
make
gonna
sure
do
to keep some eyes
that.
open for missions since
She
you could
pisses
assist
herself.
1,000,000%.
But
I do appreciate
In fact,
that.
honestly, natural disasters tend to happen all the time, so I guarantee there are some things that maybe we just overlooked that we could potentially go and assist people with, you know. Moving on
Wait,
some
you're gonna
buildings,
become
some
an Asian
rocks,
member?
assisting people.
I'm already a recruit.
Oh. Oh. Wait, you can be an agent member and a minor warrior?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
I mean, don't forget, Red works at the Purple Lotus.
Headset.
I guess that's true. Well, Purple Lotus is a little bit more free form than Aegis is.
I mean,
I've
to
heard
be
the
fair,
name
I just
Purple
treat
Lotus
this as
mentioned around.
Ah, yes.
Well, I think our only restriction was just Pathfinders, to my knowledge. And that was just because of a cooperation between things, which I heard they're not even a thing anymore?
Really?
Mm.
I talked
Besides,
to Buttons
Mandalorians
and
aren't an organization.
The game if
they
you
talked
like.
about Pathfinders
Mhm.
being taken apart or something.
See? Changed again. I got bigger.
Changing from books to something else.
Simple.
Mm-hmm. It does that every so often. So, there.
Huh.
My little thing.
Speaking of beeping, I'm gonna head out so that way I don't wake up too hard to beeping of my alarm clock. So,
Okay. Take care.
yep, I'll see y'all. Have a good night.
Good to see you.
There's
Good to see y'all too. Even you,
Percy,
Thursday.
why are you on the table?
Because I'm looking at a hologram. I can't see it from the floor.
I mean, she does have a point there.
I'm
Yeah.
short.
I'll try and remember to wipe it off
We
later.
know this.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know
mean,
what
to
you
be fair,
said,
the
but I
reason-
fid like it was fast, and I don't appreciate it.
It wasn't sassy.
It
I said that
wasn't.
I'll be sure to try and remember to wipe it off later.
Oh, not you.
Oh, my bad.
Yes, I know I'm pure sass, but
I
not
assume
everything I
sass from
say
you.
is sassy.
Not so much from
Yes,
Arbor.
wait,
Arbor's
John. Howdy. The queen.
Arbor is nice.
I try to be.
Well, it certainly shows.
I am one with the space station.
Definitely easier to tolerate.
Thank you. I try to be tolerable.
Hey. Oh,
You're definitely more than that. What?
the space station is revolving around me.
Huh, that's strange. I can't see a giant. I can't see a giant doofus outside. That's weird.
Holy cow.
I'm gonna hit you in your socks.
Oh, which reminds me, they're Saber, right?
Yes.
You already got a home and everything set up here?
Stop it.
Actually,
Miss
yeah.
Arbor was telling me about the dorms here. I had not been informed, so I've been staying in the city on the streets where I can find power.
Wait, which
No.
streets have you been staying?
Okay, that's fucking changing.
Hold on, which streets have
look,
you been staying on?
Just some of the local cities, just anywhere that I
Okay,
can find
wherever you
power
go,
source.
don't stay in Severa by yourself. You'll
Alright.
fucking get grabbed by scrappers in no time.
So check
I
this out.
would be more concerned about the scrappers than myself. My automated systems would probably lacerate them.
Okay, so check this out. That changes today. I do not fucking care. Look, so two options, right? Number one, we got the rooms, right? There are plenty that are labeled empty right now. You are allowed to choose one of those that is not being occupied by somebody and stay there. That is perfectly fine. Charge ports and stuff will need to be installed. But we do also have a hangar. And we have a maintenance bay. So, options. You are, even if you were just a guest, we're not just gonna let someone
Agents aren't normally supposed to be
come
allowed
up
in the
here
hangar. This is a
and then
note.
go back to being homeless. That's not right. That's not what we do.
You're not
So
allowed to
any
stay in
of-
the room next to Rochelle's. That one's mine.
Okay, not that one. Any of the rooms back there that say empty, that no one's staying in right now, which you'll know because you'll go in and there'll be a bunch of shit laying everywhere. You are allowed to stay in. And if you need to go into the hangar to charge or the maintenance bay, you are good.
After spending 10 years in a developmental lab, I'd like to try something more traditional.
Again, agents are not meant to enter the hangar unless they have.
You are welcome here. We
You
have
say
two
that, but
agents
I
that
don't
live
know what
here,
it
some
is.
that don't, some live down below and whatnot.
Sure.
But
Strawberry
yeah,
pocky.
we have
Can have a
a
box.
hangar. You can feel free to
Oh,
charge
half
up
of the
if
box.
you
What is
need to.
Okay.
There are the rooms as
What
well.
is a
We could have
pocky?
one modified to your
Okay,
needs. That way you
it's
have one
like,
with a charge port, so that way you can go and
like
connect
a
to it.
cracker, sort of,
That
but
would
like
be
it's more like a
beneficial.
biscuit, like a
I
cookie.
use my tail to charge.
But it's like in like
something that
it's
I
like
can
a little
accommodate.
stick,
That would be
and then it's dipped
very
in chocolate.
beneficial.
It's really good.
Definitely.
Like a light
The
biscuit.
rooms are very modular. I guarantee you that Iris can get you set up
And I
within
mean
a
the-
millisecond.
the-
All you have
the-
to do is just
the-
contact her,
British
tell her
kind
what
of
room you're staying in.
They're good.
I'm
Although
sure she
those
can
ones
do
are dipped with
something.
strawberry.
Worst
As
comes
long
to
as
worst,
it's
if you
not too much
can't.
trouble.
No, you're an agent here. We're a family. As dysfunctional as we are, we're a family.
That reminds me. Listen, banana, strawberry, or chocolate?
Okay, so
Banana strawberry.
I can't. That's not an option.
All right, the strawberry.
I am a good yes.
Strawberry pocky. Catch. The box. I got it from Japan. Enjoy.
Thank you very much.
is that food?
The food. Yeah, it's good.
I mean,
Pockies.
I think it's more of like a snack.
Hey, you take what you can get.
Look, I got a lot of okay. I got a lot of stuff from Japan. It was great.
Been out there
I'm
scouting
not
on
gonna be
a
telling you.
detective case, and you get stuck there basically sitting and waiting in a car for hours and hours. Pockies become good meal for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a lot better
Yeah.
than like.
Saber, you are welcome here. This is your home. If you'd like to.
I appreciate the hospitality.
And don't worry, that we're actually crazy about the charge ports, because even I have to have my own fancy charge port for my leg.
It's not. I suppose I'm surprised, given everything that I've seen, that it's not powered by some sort of magic.
Oh nope, this is a well. I'm non-magic. I consume mana, and I haven't really figured out how to do technology with void stuff. That's Poppy could, but
Is that even possible?
apparently Poppy can. I've never seen it, but Poppy can do it. That's how Poppy works, apparently.
Who is
That
Poppy?
is whatever.
Poppy was the like whitish purple hair, mostly like cyborg that was here for a little bit. You may have never met them.
Like, yeah, I don't think I've met them.
Cyan, the
Probably
puppy
not.
man,
I
are in
feel
the
like I
garden if you want to see him.
But yeah, no,
I
this
know, I was
is
just there.
Thanks.
just a normal synth limb
Also, I heard
hyper
your
spinner.
message. Hilarious.
Which one's
She
I was gonna say, besides that, she's got
Oh,
plenty of
yeah.
charging ports.
Oh, she
There-
does.
there's,
She does.
Like, Aegis had multiple synthetics here before.
Honestly, I was really worried about my body rejecting thing.
I mean, I imagine Eben still around here.
That's the big guy, right?
Oh, yeah, he's.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah, there's
big
actually
robot.
another robot here that's like bigger than you. Synthetic.
Mm.
He's not as good at talking as you are, though.
No, he's not.
There was also, Air as well, but I think she retired.
Yeah, Miss Air, and I don't know his relations to her, but she had another synthetic that she was friends with named Apollo. She actually used to work. She used to actually technically be my boss over within the medical team, if you want to call it that.
Seems like an odd, but maybe fitting position for a synthetic.
She was a great doctor.
So sure that precision is beneficial.
I think so. She also had this really nifty thing that she could do with her fingers. She had this like spray stuff that she could apply to people to like stop their bleeding a little faster. Had some sort of pain-killing agent in it to help numb the area as well. Very useful.
Fine.
You saw her have to use it a couple of times, thankfully, but still pretty cool.
Dylan, no.
What?
What?
No.
What about Dylan?
He's pretty. But I'm not Dylan.
No, I know you're not. It's just that reminded me too much of Dylan for a second.
What do you mean? Hold on. First off, Dylan's
What
dating
about Dylan?
Fable. I would never date Fable. He's gross.
I'm aware, but just,
Well, not gross, but he's like,
it's a Dylan thing to see like a pretty guy who's probably evil, but is just like, oh, but he's really pretty and cute, and also look at my Gucci bag and my expensive pants.
Oh yeah, I called her a basic
My
bitch.
Valentino white bag.
Oh.
That's
To be fair,
Also,
she was
apparently
making a
Fable's a
joke
girl
and
now.
Saying like something about what?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Is
Wait, did you take
Dylan
the
into
ocean, like
girls?
No, apparently
Is
he
that
made
her
fun
thing?
of Coda and Soda polymorphed him, I think Claire said.
Well, it's kind of confusing because he doesn't actually. He's not actually any gender.
He's a construct, I think, right?
Yeah, he doesn't have anything.
He's a tree.
So how he
He's a
exactly
tree.
got turned into a girl confuses me.
I don't know.
but
Maybe they just gave her boobs.
Maybe he just like
called her a
made.
girl.
Yeah, it's made him look like one.
I suppose.
I mean, technically.
Mm.
I guess technically. Oh, well, yeah. Maybe I'm just not looking into construct sexualities correctly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I suppose the only thing that classifies me as masculine is my vocal designation.
Yes, you don't exactly have babies. Except for you like make like program them, I guess.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to sit down and read and study some articles on constructs and their sexual preferences, I suppose.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
Or
the ability
gender
to make
preferences?
babies doesn't make you a construct.
No, it makes you male or female, right?
What?
I don't know.
I guess at that point, I suppose I'm genderless?
I don't know.
Yes.
These things stopped working a long time ago.
Oh.
It tends to happen when you get stabbed and shot multiple times. Then again, that's my fault. for not
Yeah,
having
no,
armor there.
that's generally what trauma does to someone's body.
I don't know.
Good job, buddy. So, still
Never
kicking.
do that again.
It's okay, Bernard.
I need my bleach.
Oh, god damn it.
Also, you're dating a construct, so you know. Just saying.
I am dating a beautiful AI angel, is what I'm dating.
Is that not a construct?
It is. It is. I feel like just calling her a construct is just mildly disrespectful, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, but do you remember I was telling you about before about like constructs and like there being like this weird gradient? Like you're considered a construct because you're synthetic. You're constructed. But some people look at me and would say that I'm a construct because I'm not made of organic materials.
Wow, I technically you are? Because, you know, naturally you care.
There's a difference between natural and organic. Organic implies living.
Yeah. That's where all the definitions get really wonky. That's why I don't tell people I'm a construct or an organic. I am just a gemstone.
I mean,
I get helmet hair anyway, it doesn't bother me.
you move on your own, so I would classify you as organic, at least in some sense.
It's actually why I chose my last name, sort
Also,
of.
back to the topic. Yeah, he's cute.
What is that?
I can
Soleil.
see. I have eyes.
Very, very complicated name.
He also runs apparently like 4
Because, get this, I have a soul.
I can still look at him and think he's cute.
I wish
yeah.
you would.
Well, I'm not blind.
I mean, to be fair, at least it rolls off the tongue with easier than my name.
Listen.
Yo.
How you doing?
I think you said it once.
Bell
What was
Shin
it?
He's
Tral.
pretty. I like his eyes.
Shiwa.
Bell Shin Tral.
Okay.
Trial? Trial? Am I saying that right? I don't.
I'm not gonna admit or agree to anything, but
T-R-A-L-A.
he's doing fine for the time being.
Tron.
He keeps messaging
Got
me in the
it.
middle of the night, trying to see how I'm
Tron.
He
doing.
hasn't been messaging me.
I suppose I have a surname as well. My full designation is Maelstrom Saber. Saber is
That is
short.
a
Very ticklish.
cool sounding name.
Ah,
Yeah,
stop it.
I did.
That is an intense
I
name.
suppose.
It's
Is
Maelstrom.
Maelstrom your
You know what I'm messing up
manufacturer?
with?
Male,
do
big,
today?
and powerful.
No.
Was it just
I
had
don't.
I see
No.
something
Wow.
like that.
It's complicated. Maelstrom Saber is my full unit designation.
I purposely do it to cork into a boxer.
I'm gonna give you a
I'm not gonna
haircut.
ask which one.
That
And
must be one hell of an acronym.
we'll dabble into all of it eventually.
Okay.
Go ahead and
It's not too much of a threat there.
we'll have some kind of training session or something a little bit later where we can get Aegis agents together and start getting a full read on what everybody's purpose is here, what they're trying to do, and let everybody.
Yeah,
You
so
give
have
off a
another
full-
big mission like last time? Or
I
training
feel
like
weird
last
about
time?
your name. Ask him what his last name is.
What's your last name?
Is there something wrong with it?
You know, I'm very curious now.
What's your
Especially
last
the
name?
expression that he's giving.
He seems troubled.
So,
Imagine if it rhymes with Esso.
I
what's your last name?
was created without a last name. So when I decided to take up certain someone's employment offer, I was told I had to have one. I jokingly said something that is now permanently stuck to my name.
Oh no.
My first name is Esso, and my last name is Yeso.
I was joking!
That is,
Wait,
I
did
believe,
you
unfortunate.
Stan?
A bit.
Is that normal? Take that off it.
To be fair, I can't exactly fault him much. I chose
Sorry,
my
Mr.
first name because of
Yesko.
a tree. I saw a tree and I was like, look, a tree. I will name myself after that tree. And thus I became Arbor.
Well, Saber is nothing but an acronym anyways. It's not really a name.
Oh, really?
He's a great
It stands for Semi-Autonomous Battle Ready Equipment.
Oh.
Is Maelstrom an acronym for
Wait, am I
something as
just
well?
Tauntaun now?
I don't believe so. I think that's just the designation that they gave the unit. Saber
I was
was
gonna
kind of the project to develop
Don't do this.
me.
Don't tell him.
Whatever I
Don't you tell him.
Why, John, thank you for the bits earlier. And
Percy.
also,
I was gonna say,
Jake,
Maelstrom
thank
would
you
have been
for
a
the
hell of an acronym for
I
something.
don't have to.
Percy.
It would have been an inefficient use of letters.
Oh, yeah, I feel in the morning.
See, the funny thing about names is you can usually choose one for yourself. You have something you'd prefer to be called, you can just ask people to call you that.
Actually, that's a good point. Why don't you just change your last name?
Yeah. Well, you could do. I'm gonna still call you Yeso, but you know.
You do realize you can legally change your last name, right?
I have a big thing about names. Just a personal respect kind of thing. Like when someone gives you a name, it's like an honor, like a title.
Who gave you
Yeah,
your
they're
name?
like stupid little nicknames, but
I feel the same. I think at least my unit designation is a part of my operating system, so I would feel wrong to change it.
as much as we joke about Goldfish Man, he still has an impressive title and has done impressive things. So
Oh,
that is
who
the
cares about
name
French
that he
fries?
stuck to me. Is the name that I'll.
I think it's a nickname for someone.
Wait,
I
you're
haven't actually
Wait a
met
minute,
them yet.
you're stuck with that stupid
Silas.
name because of
Are you sure they're not just
Silas.
French
actually
fries.
goldfish?
You know, now that you mention it, maybe
I can see a
I can see
man
it
with a
too.
bowl on their head.
Yeah. Yeah.
Besides, Essa, you can. I know that last names mean a lot. Like I have 2 last names. Trust me, I know.
Our middle names are also a custom.
Wait, does that mean you're gonna take Hybris's last name when you get married?
Does she have a last name?
I mean, preferably.
I think so.
Oh, is that how you're married?
What was that?
I didn't realize that Hibis was who you were betrothed to.
She is my fiance.
Betrothed. That's what we were gonna say.
I see.
Yeah.
Isn't it like when you're forced to marry somebody?
No.
I don't believe so. It's just
so?
the one that you've selected as your partner.
All the stories I hear is they're betrothed to marry this person and they don't want to, and then there's this big thing, and then they find their one true love and then they marry that person dead.
Oh god, have you been reading fairy tales?
I'm watching
No,
TV.
I don't exactly have a lot of experience with this.
Watch some good stuff. Watch some
I
action.
don't know if you believe this, but I don't either.
Watch a what?
Action movie.
Yeah.
Also a lot of fanfic, and there's a lot of betrothals in those.
Oh god.
You read what?
Fanfictions.
Fanfictions.
They're like fan art, except in writing form of like anime and stuff. It's great. Some of it's kind of shitty, but they're really funny. But there's a
Oh, some
lot
of
about
it.
betrothals and romance stuff. I kind of pass through some of the parts though, because they're boring.
Oh.
Alright.
Typically, when you read
well,
a story, Percy, you meant to read all of it.
Yeah, but I don't want to read them kissing and stuff.
Then why did you?
Well, because the
You
other
do
stuff's
realize-
interesting.
You do realize that they have tags, right, on those stories, so you can just, ignore that tag.
Yeah,
so
but
it
like
filters
the
out
other
that story.
stuff is parts of it's interesting. The rest of
Say
the stuff's
this-
just boring. But like, there are parts of it that's cool. What?
Well, as much as I have enjoyed this conversation, I'm being called back to the office. So, you guys have a great night. Home. You home here. You home here. Relax. No more street.
I'll try to find her.
Uh-huh.
Verbally.
It's okay, I'm gonna go to bed too. Night.
Oh,
No.
night, Percy.
I see. They seem in a hurry.
I mean, Percy's always hyperactive, so.
I mean, she's a kid. Can't exactly blame her.
No, I'm not exactly blaming her. Just
I
staying
suppose that
back.
is a question. I don't quite understand their. I'm not quite aware of their position here.
I think they're just kind of here. I don't know. I've seen them at
Yeah.
the Purple Lotus, and I think they technically work there. Not entirely certain.
Yeah,
I've heard the name
she
Purple
works
Lotus, but I don't
Purple
actually
Lotus.
know what it is. I've seen signs when I was out in the cities, like
Oh.
advertisements.
It's this.
It is a bar/casino.
Yeah. In a not so great city, but most people look past that. It's one of the fewer, like, safe places in the city, but sometimes getting there, and if you do decide to walk around in the areas around it, you do want to be careful. It can get kind of dangerous.
Yeah.
I happen to have been mugged, or nearly mugged twice since being there.
Well, I'd love to see someone try to take something off of me.
There are
Yeah,
some very dumb
I'd-
people down there.
Yeah.
I don't have
They might
pockets.
steer clear of you, but when people see a very shiny, one-armed girl, they tend to assume that, you know, she can't do stuff. And is an easy target.
Sometimes people see the armor and they
I
run away.
wouldn't be opposed to helping you.
Of course. I usually try not to go alone anyways, but thank you. That'll,
As long as I can be of help.
good to know. Certainly. I could, try and show you where it is
Seem to
sometime.
go somewhere like that.
It's relatively easy to get to.
That'd be nice.
There's, one of those portal gate things, just down the
I'm
street.
not quite accustomed to this.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of getting used to the first couple of times, I find.
I've seen them, but I haven't really been through them.
Oh. I don't know exactly how they'll feel for you, but I know it feels all weird and stretchy for a moment.
I mean, can you even feel pain?
Silent! Thank you for the raid!
Maybe not pain, but my sensors can be overloaded, and that causes great confusion and discomfort. Sharp sounds will bother my internals.
I mean, worst comes to worst, we could always just use the shuttles. I think there's a place nearby that you can use the shuttles.
For the rest
Yeah,
of you.
there is.
Well, we also don't want you getting hurt.
I'm sure I won't be hurt. I'm just not used to all of this, well, let's say non-standard equipment.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Magic and mana and creatures are not exactly my forte.
Could say the same in reverse. All this fancy technology and space travel. I mean, they were telling me about how people have figured out faster than light travel with things like that. Faster than light travel with.
Oh, yeah. I don't believe that's too outstanding.
Yeah, we didn't exactly have stuff like that. We couldn't travel through space, at least not to my knowledge. Somebody was
It's
doing it. It was
expensive, but it's
probably
at least accessible to larger corporations.
Well, like I said, that's actually an alien spaceship. We bought it off an alien company.
Either way, people can move faster than light, and that is instantly interesting to me because back when I was back in my day, we didn't have that. Nobody thought you could move faster than light. The most you can do is use portals. Sort of. It was more like cutting a hole and attaching the two parts, which I suppose is sort of like faster than light travel, but I don't know if that counts. Just forcibly pushing yourself forward faster than the speed of light is far different in my eyes, at least.
Well, to be fair, that's not
Yes, I would
really
say scientifically, yes, it is a
pushing
very
yourself.
different method.
No? I thought that's how it worked.
It's that one. It takes you to like a sub dimension that is still. It still contains parts of this dimension. So, for example, there's like a shadow version of Earth that you have to be careful of. There is a shadow version of like the moon, so forth and so on. That's why hyper space lanes exist.
Got it.
But physics works differently in that sub-dimension, which is why
Taking something from point A and placing it at point B with no in between, whereas faster than light is the action of going from point A to point B physically.
Okay. I think I get it.
Yeah, just don't tell someone.
There is a...
Oh, yeah. You remember that conversation?
I suppose a portal, you could describe as taking point A and point B and putting them next to each other, whereas faster than light travel would be moving fast enough to go from point A to point B with no measurable time in between.
I think so. I know with the portal stuff that we did, the way my headmaster explained it was that when you step into a portal, you are actually also briefly stepping into the astral sea, I think he called it. And when that happens, there is also another portal on the other side. Basically, you're stepping into one place and then stepping back out. I don't know. It's really complicated magic stuff, and they didn't really teach us much about how magic actually works, more just how to apply it.
Nice.
More of the practical
just,
elements.
Like, think of it like wormholes and, like, folding.
Yeah, what she said.
Because there's like a form of FTL where like it's theoretically like you fold space and then it creates like a bridge between wormholes. You don't actually fold space, but that's like the theory behind it.
Huh.
Essentially,
I'll take your
you're
word for
creating a
it.
bridge
I
between
have
two
no
points.
clue.
Yeah.
Anyways, we should probably try and figure your room situation out.
I suppose it'd be better to do that sooner rather than later.
Mm-hmm. We can send a message, I suppose.
Sure.
Good to see you again, by the way.
You too. It's always good to be around here. A lot better than the dingy streets of Saphira.
I don't know why so many people want to hang out there. It's weird.
Well, I only go because hunting grounds. I only go there just because it's so good for bounty hunting.
Yeah, that's
Apart from
right.
that,
You
I'd
and
stay
your
away from
sister
that
do
place.
bounty hunting. So you guys
no,
just
no.
like hunt down people who break the law? Just like any law, or just big ones? Or just little ones?
It depends on... For example, not exclusively just a bounty hunter, I also hunt bail bonds. So, for example, a way to get out of prison is to ask a bail bond company. And then they give you a specific set of conditions. So...
And if you don't meet
like,
those, they probably
well,
aren't
if you
happy.
break them. If you break them, then they'll ask a bail bonds agent or a bounty hunter to go and collect the violator. Case in point, me. And it goes from that all the way up to like big crimes as well.
Oh. I mean, hopefully that's the right people, like people who are, doing something legitimately wrong.
I mean, I always bring them in alive anyway, so if they actually are innocent, that way they can actually still be given fair trial.
Okay. Supposedly she can hear us. Big guy Saber over here needs a room. He says he hasn't been assigned one yet, so if we could get help doing that, be nice for him to not have to stay in the streets. Alright, and out of character. Saber, you will receive a message through your communications array from Hybris saying, go ahead and choose a room. It will be, after you choose one, send a message, and it will be ready within 10 to 15 minutes. It will be assigned to you, and that will be your room for your stay here within Aegis.
I received a message from Hybris. She says to choose a room, and it will be ready shortly.
Cool. I guess we can go do that. Thank you.
Oh, I hope to see Lady Hybris again. I know that she is very busy. I would like to offer her my thanks at some point.
That's a lot of people, but she's busy.
I can understand.
I mean, she is like running a whole organization, space station, and probably something else.
Maybe? I have no idea. I've only spoken to her twice myself. I guess that's sort of the third. Didn't exactly get a response back, but sort of counts.
So,
Call it
very
2.5.
one-sided conversation. Yeah.
Oh. Anyways, if you want, we can go and try and pick one out for you.
Sure, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Well, given the nature of the organization of these halls, I'd probably like to pick something along the main path.
Not a terrible idea.
Yeah, I imagine all the empty rooms are down towards the garden end if you want the main path.
More than likely. Although I know Saya actually picked her room to be closer to the garden.
Oh, yeah.
I know most of the ones on either side here are pretty empty. And then there might be some left on this side.
I suppose this one's empty.
Yeah, that one is.
This one at least is labeled as empty.
I guess just send her a message.
I mean, it's not.
The one across
Yeah,
from
it's not the one that Percy's in, because that's Haku and that's Sok.
Nimiwi?
Just say. I mean, you can just put it in on the phone. So.
I mean, yeah, it's just text, so I guess. Maybe just a text.
I'll upload a message now.
Cool.
Out of character, I'm sending Iris a message that I selected the room across from Nimoy.
Okay. To be completely honest, I don't remember. I think someone might have taken that one, but we'll just RP it out as though she's
Roll with it.
will respond. Yeah, we'll roll with it. Next time I do an update, just make certain to respond because I'll put an announcement saying, "Hey, I'm updating all the room names. Please let me know if you yada yada yada." So. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you can take Apollo off the list.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck that guy. Well, I guess that's that. We can go check on the garden while we're here. I'm pretty sure Saya's in there again. She's usually there all the time.
Yeah.
I've actually been spending quite a bit of time in the garden, more than I at least expected to.
It's relaxing in kind of a weird way. Nice and dark.
I was recommended meditation as a practice to help clear my troubles.
Okay. Yeah. Shiro and I meditate pretty frequently. Actually, I think I told you. Yeah, I was the one who told you that.
Yes, she gave me some advice.
Yeah. No, it's a great way to kind of reflect, focus, that sort of thing. So, the garden
More
happens to
sleeping
be a
pandas.
great place. Oh, what?
Panda tried setting a tent in there earlier.
I feel like that's not something he should be doing, but maybe he can. I don't know.
I mean, Juniper and Esso were in there, and they didn't seem to have a major problem with it. They were just more asking, like, did you get permission?
Did he
And
though?
instantly Panda was like, well, at that point Panda was instantly starting to take it down because he's like, well, that means, they don't want me in here.
Oh, I guess. I don't know. Not my business.
Already putting himself down.
See anybody? Maybe they're hiding.
There are people to our left.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a queue.
No.
oh. Hey, Calliope.
Hey, Arbor.
It's nice to see you again, Calliope. That's our mission.
Nice to see you.
I'm glad to
How
see you
have
well.
you been?
I've been doing alright. Just hanging in there. I just got at least set up for my room because I didn't realize I was supposed to have one.
Well, I mean, it's because of the fact that you're homeless.
I mean, I suppose two machines have homes, I guess.
I mean, they have a
I mean,
place
I
where
think
they
you
can
do
stay in
now.
charge.
I suppose that's true.
Either way, good to see you again. Hope you've been well. Well, I guess it's really only been, what, a day or two?
I've been like.
That's good. Surprised I don't see Saya here. Unless they're hiding.
They went to the training room, I think.
Oh,
with,
really?
Sen.
Wonder what for.
Beats me.
Okay. Well, suppose we
Maybe
could leave
she's
you guys to
practicing Twister with Unferial.
in the
In the training
training room Twister? What?
Good. What?
I'm
Jesus,
kidding.
Val. In the training room.
Jeez. Oh no,
It's
poor
a
Maestro.
joke.
Poor.
Let's just say that we use the word twister for something else
I
when
don't
it
know
comes
what
to those two.
twister is normally supposed to mean.
follow.
Yeah, what he said.
I don't.
It's like a weird party game of sorts.
Oh.
Basically, you spin a wheel of colors, and then you gotta put like a body part or something on that color. And
You've heard before.
No.
That was my immediate thought, but
You have-
then I was like, no, that can't be. There's no way that's right.
Mine too.
Yeah.
I've
Okay.
I mean, it really is unique
It's
circumstances.
you
Maybe
said
for you,
it.
I don't. Can you? I guess you're like replaceable. I guess. Maybe.
I mean, not without unplugging things, but
Either way, that's not the
I mean,
point.
naturally,
It's
you kinda
not
want them
played
secure.
that way. I mean, yeah.
Nah, essentially, like, you spin the thing, it gives you, like, a set of colors, and it also tells you, like, left hand, right hand, left foot, right foot. And then, depending on which one you get, you put your, foot or hand on that color. Next person goes. Depending on what happens with the other person, then you have to get, like, your next hand, like, so you start getting into very awkward poses very quickly, and
Oh.
the challenge is
Huh.
like, who's the last one left standing, because the moment that you, like, you drop, then you have lost.
it seems uncomfortable.
That's kind of the point.
Sounds like a weird game.
I see.
Either way, we could go check on him. We can leave you guys to your conversation. Just wanted to come say hello.
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 Greetings.
Hello.
Hello.
Howdy.
Howdy. Yeah. We'll leave you two to your conversation. Good to see you both.
Take care.
Take care.
We use the term twister for when they're having sex.
What?
I fail to see how the terms correlate.
I'm rather not have to explain it.
Yeah, I don't
It's kind of like,
really.
you get it or you don't.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, you too, buddy.
seems physical.
Mm-hmm. Seems like it. Oh, Cat is here.
If Lan's in that earpiece of yours, I'm smacking them next time I see her.
It's not Lan. It's not Lan.
Hey, Kata. Hey, Proxy.
Hi.
Hello.
Arbor.
Oh, nice mask.
Who's it?
Yep.
Hey, Arbor.
Some new.
Oh,
some
this
new
is Saber.
people I haven't seen.
Greetings.
Hi, I'm Belle.
New
Hello.
agent.
Oh,
Two new agents.
hi.
I'm normally wearing a helmet.
Yes, I realize that.
Why do you have people in your
So,
ear?
hi, Proxy.
My head, not my ear. Get it right. Why do you have people in your head? Yes.
Who has people
You have for
in
like
that?
2 years. I'm not.
I-
Well, I've never
Hmm.
known that until. I'm a. That's even more. It's a story. It's a story that you. It's a thing that happened when I was
Got
putting
him.
the thing to make the reference to the
Oh my goodness.
Because I did that.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah,
Mm.
I'm special. I'm not really. I'm special in a certain way. I'm a special thing.
I was about to say, you're special in your own ways, Proxy. It's fine.
Oh, actually,
Always seen this gremlin though.
one thing.
Like,
I said something earlier, and it made me think. Practicing in like the VR space and all that kind of stuff is good and all,
I mean, she climbs the high
but
places.
practicing in a physical sense is also pretty good in my opinion, because knowing
I'm a vessel for a lesser god.
your limitations is cool and all, but also knowing how to hold back is very useful as well.
Like I said, she's a
Like,
fucking
for instance, I have to know.
But I'm a vessel for a lesser god.
I have to know if I'm going to punch somebody if I don't want to rupture their internal organs or break their ribs, how hard I need to punch them to still punch without horribly hurting them. Especially if I just want to train with somebody. I don't want to hurt my friends. You know, having that safety of the VR space is cool and all, but having an understanding of your tactile physical self is pretty good too.
I suppose that's true. Though it would probably be easier if I had more non-lethal means.
Hmm. Well, you know how to punch things, right?
I suppose.
Are you able to relatively accurately apply less force with a punch?
My precision should be unparalleled.
Not your precision, the amount of force you're applying with the punch, how hard you're hitting them.
It shouldn't be too difficult.
Well, sounds like you're already on a good path, at least there.
I would just question which was the number of deities.
With that, hail, I'm assuming you can cut things with it?
It serves two purposes essentially. It's my primary form of recharging myself, but it's also an offensive tool.
Medium gods.
It's normally used for puncturing and severing.
Knowing how or where to cut someone where it won't hurt them lethally is also really important. Say, example a lot of people use, if you cut someone
I've seen them
along the major arteries of their neck, they can bleed out really quickly. That's very lethal. But say you want to hurt someone and disable, like, say, their ability to swing a sword, try slashing and severing the muscles along their shoulders, or say different parts of their arm, so that way they can't even lift their arm to swing. You're disabling someone, perhaps in a relatively painful way, but something to work on. Might be a good way to start doing what you're looking to do, which is not hurting people in such a traumatizing way, yeah.
Mine thing is useful, but at the time I
Yeah, it
got
is.
him, that shit was happening.
I will certainly keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zara stuff. Yep.
Yeah, I like that.
I know,
Yeah,
I
I
was
got some of that on the.
It didn't bother
That
me
was
except
not.
for my asthma. That was annoying.
Paracord sort of
I mean, a giant
stuff
statue
like
controlled me. It almost made me
like
murder
a
everyone.
grappling
Yeah, the
sort
mask.
of thing,
Yeah,
like
the mask.
wrap
I just
cable
grabbed
around
the
it to
fucking,
get tied up.
like, an old mask I had lying
Maybe
around,
even
surprisingly.
Yeah, I had a mask. But it helped filter out.
my
the
Yeah, I
crystals.
got one of these now. Ha!
Good old
Not
hard knife.
again, huh?
I mean, now we're
Already dealt with. You're
To the specific capabilities, in addition to my tail, there's also claws inbuilt in each of my fingers, as well as,
This is a. I got this at a bargain bin. It's nothing
well, I
special.
have these blades. They come detached, but the research was never put into my combat data for wielding them, so I'm not quite sure how to use them efficiently.
Oh.
Mine just
Might be something to try and
They
figure out,
separate like a simple short swords.
Filter stuff.
Oh. Okay.
I was gonna say maybe it's good looking weapon.
I got ripped off.
Potentially, yeah.
I don't know.
Mind showing me?
Scarf when we went down and had the
Like, are you able to separate them, or is it just?
I don't actually have protocols in place yet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you know that would have been. I could have used my scarf.
Not certain how to actually. Because normally it would be just a matter of just teaching someone how to do something, but you don't know how to actually make it. It's like a muscle that you just don't know how to like pull. Weird.
For the time being, you can get
I was about to say, you want to
like
get next?
just like some come running at you like something, just throw up your arm like that.
Grab.
That's true.
Or you don't have to always think defensive.
Oh.
Wow.
She's
I had my
sweet when I threw her that time.
I had my back turned there for a little bit. Wasn't expecting that.
I was facing it most of the time, and I wasn't particularly expecting it either.
Throwing you, I'm not tossing you.
Yeah.
I don't fear you. You're too tiny and small and cute.
So, I don't know.
Again, she's a cat.
Plenty to work on though.
I'm not a cat. I'm gonna go to the garden and go be sad now because that's where everyone.
I'm not certain I can advise you on how to figure out the arm blade situation.
Come here. Come here. Come here.
Like I said before, synthetics are very new to me.
I'm sure equipping them will be the easier part of it. Using them efficiently in combat will be the thing I will struggle with. I don't very much have combat data on short swords like these. Maybe for other combatants, but not how to build them myself.
I mean, I know how to use a sword, and I could probably teach you a couple of things about it, but I don't know how to help you get them into your hands.
My sword, I'll be kind of.
Well, I'm sure that's something that I can figure out on my own.
Probably.
If your sword's tight enough and you do it hard enough, you can literally knock someone out with it.
There's bits and pieces of data that are there from the research that was done. It just wasn't complete.
I just used it. I sometimes use like the little handle part.
First things
It's kind of
first.
spiky. It's kind of like
Did they work
right
on
there in the face.
I said I
actuators?
made the threat. I said I would. Next time, how
Like, do
about
they
I say
fall
no?
outwards, or do you actually have to physically do it?
I mean, you could. It
So,
wouldn't burn.
From what I can tell, it's a mechanical-based ejection system, so they would be pushed off of the arm unit, and I would just have to grab it.
With crossbow.
They have handles.
And then I was
Oh, crossbow.
They're essentially locked into place with machinery.
eventually, but not now.
Well,
They would be loaded like normal short swords.
I imagine the
problem is
hardware
that I asked-
is still wired up.
I asked Syntherio to try and make it. Apparently he asked Zav and said that the materials he would need for that old
That may be something I do some research into.
would be
Yeah,
from
if they are actually still attached to your overall system, such as like your
Again, I've been wanting to talk to
power
Zavamir about a few things anyway, so next time I catch him, I need to
then
actually
that
sit down with
would
him.
mean that somewhere in your
I haven't seen him around recently.
sensors, there should be
I am also a
ones
hunter.
that are unlisted or unknown.
Oh, you're gonna talk about hunting.
Yes.
If you don't know, if you don't have the data
Because
correctly, that means
the Beastlands are, albeit,
labeled as like
I'll be honest,
unregistered.
very
or
interesting from the sounds of it, from what I've heard, and from what,
door.
and from like the few creatures.
I'll have to take a look through some of the unlisted protocols and see what I can find.
Are not to be messed around with, though. But they do destroy ecosystems and stuff, so that's why we take care of them.
As long as you find a sister who can...
Howdy, Sizzle. Hope the NPC stuff went well.
Yes, because they are literally the definition of an
It's
invasive
just really a
species.
matter of maybe designing
So
software.
there's that, as well as there's also the fact
can
that
be difficult. And
We need to close those rifts.
Coding.
depends on how they're open, depends on how they can be closed.
What you got there, Proxy?
A knife!
No, put it down!
Get like
No!
Put the fuck
My
down.
knife.
blank.
Put it the fuck down.
It's my knife. Do they still eat?
Oh boy.
I was about to say, are you sad crying or happy crying?
Kinda.
Because they don't eat.
Sad! They don't throw anymore!
Oh.
She seems to be having trouble throwing it, so she's sad.
Oh, Proxy, for God's sakes.
Damn it, Proxy.
Is it
Proxy, come here.
difficult?
Okay, come here.
Over here. They don't throw anymore!
Well, I mean, the weapons themselves aren't real, per se, so...
I'm vaguely aware of this hardline stuff.
Hugging you.
It's okay.
Are you okay?
Yes.
It has, like, a bit of physicality to it and some weight, but it's not quite the same.
Girl, what are you doing?
Jetpack.
just jump packing over because you don't feel like getting up.
I couldn't be bothered to butt shuffle or get up.
I mean, fair.
Fair, Belle. If I could do that, I would. How's every day?
But yeah.
Floating.
I'm not floating.
They,
No, this one is.
have a tendency to break when, you hit someone hard enough with it. They'll pop back together after a bit. But if you hit somebody good with it, they'll break before they actually hurt someone.
I see.
Want a pet?
Evidently, the weight is not actually because itself has mass, but apparently because it's constantly trying to pull itself down until you let go of it, and then it just stops.
Yeah, I was about to say, the blades are kind of vastly different.
It's kind of weird stuff.
Is all understanding.
Well, it's supposed to be light, so it, like, barely has any mass. And to my understanding, it works similar to, like, holograms or something like that. Again, the technology is a bit lost on me, but,
Though with a hologram, you'd have an emission source.
Well, apparently, the entire room is the emission source. The floor is made of the stuff. Why you're able to kind of just do stuff. Not have to worry about breaking the room.
The destruction of the room was not a concern. When I first got here, I used some of the chandeliers as target practice.
Yeah, that sounds accurate.
The funny thing is, there's a few of them.
I have seen people throw fireballs and cause explosions and all sorts of things, and the room just fixes itself because it's not real. It's kind of weird.
There's that, and then I used all of the pillars of precision training as well.
I used the chandeliers as obstacles for jetpack training.
Wasn't originally made.
Oh,
Mine was the original, as we figured out slightly.
Weave in
pretty
and out
cool.
of them.
Maybe. And apparently, I haven't fully fucking figured out what this all does.
And then if I'm feeling really adventurous, then I mix that in with
Does this?
precision blast fire as well. So if I pick a
No,
slot,
don't touch the
and
fire.
whilst I'm
That actually can burn you.
jumping around with jetpack, I try and.
Should she be messing with that?
It's infernal, you. No.
What?
Not infernal.
this is the that you remember I was talking about Saya being a bit eccentric and kind of
It's infernal. I swear.
yeah.
Not all of them, but some I choose. I usually choose fire because I'm scared of fire.
At the very least, she's not like swinging it around wildly like a child. She's just showing its capability.
That's very light.
I suppose.
Should always treat your equipment with respect.
Easily doing.
'Cause that's what my dad told me. So
Well, I suppose I am my equipment, so.
I mean, treat yourself with respect too. Whether or not it is your equipment.
Depends on what is making them.
I suppose that's true.
So I don't really consider my fists my equipment, but all a matter of perspective, I suppose. My fists don't also have claws and cool arm blade things that can separate off.
Give me a minute.
I swear if she comes back with marshmallows.
I suppose most people don't.
Not usually. Although Etso apparently his foot can, like his lower leg part can like shoot off. I've seen him threaten to launch it at someone when they started to annoy him too much. They kept teasing him.
I'm curious about the engineering of that.
I don't know how it works. I've actually personally never seen him actually like shoot it off.
I'd be concerned about the force required in propelling him on his ass.
It might be repulsor tech.
Could also be spring loaded.
He said it just. He said it just runs on electricity.
Mm.
Well, that's what I mean. It might be a repulsor.
Don't worry about it. You'll find out.
I have no clue.
You don't need wool for repulsors. Except from power.
I'm not.
I have no clue. He just says he can do it.
You're not making some more.
So I guess he can.
I see.
I can make glowy light stuff come out of my hands, but nobody here has ever seen me do it.
Oh,
Yeah, magic stuff.
I see.
Yeah, I can heal people with weird light stuff that comes from my hands.
I suppose it's not something that you do very often then. Challenge some people.
Well, one, I would only normally use it when someone's actually injured, but additionally, my current physical situation brings into question whether or not I can actually do it without it having potential health consequences. So I've been kind of trying to avoid it. I have someone who's been kind of keeping an eye on my status, and if we think it's safe, I might start to try and use it a little more, but for now, traditional methods and practical medicine is, well, it gets the job done.
That's true.
I swear to God, I am just not your campfire.
Saya, it's not
Please
a
be
campfire.
careful, Saya.
I know.
It's fine.
Just
The
wanted to
use
fucking
of
push Mars
magic
over
is
me.
Thank you. I'm here.
very relaxed here.
Roasted marshmallows?
She's pretty relaxed about it.
Like I said,
Normally, power usage is kind of like, ooh.
literally as come back with marshmallows.
You're asked to kind of be careful. Keep most of that stuff to this room at the very least, and if you are, don't try and hurt each other. It's more of like a common sense thing, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what all the technical rules are, because I sort of woke up and
If
was already
you're-
employed here, so it was a weird situation.
Should be careful.
Right.
So if you're training with live weapons or stuff like that, then you have to have a medic present.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
that's the other thing.
just use the hard light stuff.
Hmm. Yeah, which means she should be thankful there's a medic in the room when she's using her crazy fire powers, just in case someone were to ever get hurt.
I'm not using crazy fire powers. I'm just literally.
You just lit a fire in your hand, Saya. That's pretty crazy. How many people do you know can make fire in their hands?
Basic, what?
I mean, I kind of did that right now, but it's like I normally.
How many people can you do that? I can't do that.
I can understand like.
I mean, I have a flamethrower, but I can't make it in my hand.
I wouldn't classify it like.
Not helping prove the point.
Your point is that
Just be careful, Saya, please. I don't want to have to bandage up any burn wounds today.
Letting anyone touch it. This one wanted to just roast marshmallows over it.
Presentation doesn't make a fire in your hand.
Ah yes, using magic fire powers for roasting s'mores.
I'm not entirely sure of whether classified as a basic level spell.
With the cooking utensils, would a kitchen area not be sufficient?
Prestidigitation is literally classed as one of the lowest level of spell.
I don't.
I'm not really much of a cook. I tried cooking once, and actually, I'm pretty sure it's actually for her dad.
I can't do the arcane magic.
The one time I've ever actually cooked, it was awful. Nearly choked. Well, actually, I think he kind of was sort of choking on it.
I'm not a druid, and honestly, I don't like talking about this.
The fuck was that?
I was gonna say, it depends on the circle.
Oh, I just heard something.
I don't read up on druidcraft much.
So they all turn younger and younger.
I
Everything that has something to do with nature.
didn't hear anything.
The ocean and the mountains, the forest, and the fucking volcano, all kinds of shit.
That was
fucking weird.
Well, something.
You know, I think that is a signal for me. Head to bed.
Maybe.
Weird shit.
Yeah.
Hmm. I can't really stay up for too much longer either. I've
no, it's a really good thing. I
have a time limit.
don't have any like basics.
Like energy level or some shit like that.
Sort of, yeah. It'll sneak up on me if I'm not careful. I kind of have to keep an eye on the time. Otherwise, I tend to just immediately.
Full flat.
A spirit in
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, duly noted. Don't.
They're classified under various things.
If
There's
you fall.
different types of spirits, all different types.
Fall
Yeah, just
and catch you if you do.
Basic spirit.
it would be appreciated.
Problem?
I would appreciate it if you could at least maybe steady me and then set me down, or I don't know. I usually start to get a little dizzy and disoriented when it starts to happen, but it's just a health condition. Doesn't always happen.
Would you break if you fell on the floor?
It is literally a random sum.
Probably not. No, not that brittle.
dangerous.
Okay.
Yeah, because if I cast, or
Like
if I
I've never seen them pass. Well.
it goes.
Understandable.
It takes my mana and my life force. And since
Anyways,
I can't
So no,
actually
I don't think so.
control the spirit, it can very easily kill me.
We got you.
Yeah. Have
Yeah.
a good night.
That's why I didn't. want to
So
do such things.
I might go ahead and head back to my room as well. I guess you've got your room if you want to go explore that. Should be ready by now, right?
I think so, yeah. Should be ready to make my accommodations.
In any spirit, people are like, oh,
Awesome.
do that. I'm like, I don't know how to do that. And
Well, I appreciate you spending time with me, Arbor. That's the first time I've
actually very specific spirit.
spoken to someone like this.
Yeah, I thought you said a specific
No problem.
name and I was about to start
I always try to make people feel welcome.
Fire, wind,
Yeah.
nature ones.
I've had some experiences and
Try to
back in my day,
the ones I know too much about.
wasn't always as comfortable around people. So I know how intimidating it can be to just simply talk to new people.
Well, the way that things like me are treated in the city, for example, is also not a great help.
Hmm.
Yeah, constructs aren't too difficult. Summons are a different thing.
I suppose from my perspective, you remind me a lot of an old friend. He was similar to you. He was a construct, a magic construct, but he was he had a lot of questions about life, that sort of thing. So, but he was also a weapon, so as to speak.
You're going child. I know.
What happened to him?
Why are you a child?
He died. He got damaged.
Condolences. The loss of someone you care for is a heavy burden to bear. Or so I'm told.
No, I miss him. Why don't we go check out those rooms?
Sure.
This entire room is light.
No, you're not. Yes, I am.
Well, I hope you enjoy it here. It'll hopefully be a better pace of or change of pace from the city in the streets.
It's not so bad, I suppose. It's not too much different from when I would sit around in the development center.
All right. I'll
Just have to worry about people.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine. All right. Well.
I hope to see you again soon.
You too. I'll see you around.
And take care.
Of course, you too.